Oh, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for clicking on this video, our Incubate Co-working Meet the Member video of the day. I'm here today with Meg Grady, who wears many different hats. And Meg, I really appreciate your time. I know that you are an extremely busy woman with all the hats that you wear, so we can sort of dive right in it. But I wanted to ask you to introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about what it is that you do.
Great. Hi, guys. I am Meg Grady. I am a newer member of Incubate, but a 10-year resident of East Boston. And I was introduced to Incubate through Stephen Hines, who I've known for years. And I made the decision this year to join the Hines group as a realtor, but also to rebrand and to put all of my community design background and various business experiences together to form Eastie Love. So the premise of Eastie Love is, as a community member, activist, to share resources to newcomers, to people that have been here for a while, to people navigating, questions, answers, things like that. And then also to combine and rebrand East Boston Open Market, which I started, and kind of partner that with ways to locally support businesses to give people a platform. And then third is to integrate my real estate services, whether buyer, seller, or providing design resources to developers. And I wanted Eastie Love to be authentic. From my perspective, I'm involved in the community. That can sometimes you put me on across the table from various people. And so I felt like I needed a different platform that I carved out on my own. And the Heinz Group was a great partner to let me do that as myself.
Cool. That's already a lot of stuff, and people will say like, of course, this location is in Winthrop, and for those people who don't know the region, East Boston's literally right next door. Winthrop's only a 1.5 square mile beach town, so in many ways, the community stretches in this area on this side of the blue line through East Boston, Winthrop, and Revere. So it's really cool what you've got going on with Eastie Love, and we're super excited to have you in the space. So tell me, as a follow up, how do you like working for Robert Paul in a co-working space? For example, like many other real estate companies have like their own brick and mortar where there's desk coverage and everything else, and this is a totally different model of working within the co-working space. So how do you like it?
Absolutely. So I think that the way that Robert Paul gave Stephen specifically the opportunity to open space here is a testament to Robert Paul in general. They really facilitate process and think outside of the box when people like Stephen or myself come to them with proposals. And as a real estate firm and as real estate brokers, that's what we want to do. We think outside of the box. We're creative people. We're progressive. We are involved in our communities. And so I think that Incubate was a natural fit because we are talking to community members, entrepreneurs. We're, feeling the pulse of the community. And, in order to, buy, sell, conduct business, be involved in developments, not just in East Boston, Winthrop, but the North Shores, the South Shores, it's important to be entrenched here, not just drive in here for showings. I see people and talk to them about some of the issues when I'm getting my morning coffee and who needs support. And, Stephen and the firm recently started a local scholarship fund for Winthrop. We live and breathe the communities that we live in, and that helps us be, good realtors, but also authentic.
Yeah, I mean, it's eventually we'll end up getting Steven on one of these videos. But I remember when it was just an idea way back when we first opened, and Robert Paul hadn't yet established itself within the region, and they have really taken advantage of all of the referral business and the connections that they've made here into being like a major player in the area as far as residential home sales. So kudos to Robert Paul. And, it's really nice to see such a large bit of business go back and forth between members, having that trust factor of working with agents who come in and out as they go. So pretty cool opportunity and a neat sort of synergy between the space and the agents that are using it. So, um, so here's a little bit of a different question, right? So,
Sure.
so you've got all these hats. So you've got your real estate agent hat, and you have your Eastie Love and community hat. You also have your the mom hat to wear too. So it's like all those various hats that you wear. What's sort of the most interesting thing you've learned or trend you've seen during this pandemic?
So I think the key term is pivoting. So professionally, I've always done real estate on the side. I worked in tech startups and I was laid off in May. And pivoting, so that gave me the time to develop Eastie Love further. I think also what's come out of it is difference of priorities. For somebody that is always running around and a little bit more type A, it allowed me to take a step back and realize what priorities are: raising a good human, being good to neighbors, helping people. um, and I think from a business standpoint, the same thing. I mean, I think that obviously the burbs have been very, very busy, but the city suffered a little bit. And so rather than just saying, oh, bummer, it's a bad market, looking at, okay, what are some of these issues? How can we make home ownership more of a possibility? How can we create better condo projects so that people have places to work and work from home, support families, things like that. So I think there's going to be a lot of innovation that's come out of maybe not the most positive timeline. And so like most people, I'm excited to come out the end side, but grateful for what we've learned while going through it.
Yeah, I mean it's a sort of relatable experience, right? Of these times which the world gives you a lemon and you got to make lemonade, right? So that this is the whole concept for Incubate Co-working came out during a fun employment stint for me in between jobs when I just started demoing out the space and coming up with the idea for it. So um, operating in this sort of entrepreneurial space and working with folks like yourself, it's really a blessing to see so many people take this time to step back and evaluate things and figure out what's the best way for them moving forward and what are the opportunities there.
And that's why Incubate's been so wonderful. Some people use it at 8 in the morning. I have my babysitter come in and I come work at night. I'm usually the only one here. If I want to just have space to spread out, I have that. If I want to jump on a Zoom call or I need workspace, that's more quiet, I have that. So I think that just in general, this year has made people figure out how to work outside of the box, how to work more flexible. And Incubate kind of was ahead of the curve, which allowed it to adapt easier.
Thank you. Great. Well, Meg, thank you so much for taking some time to talking
Sure.
with us today. And for those of you who are watching this video, if you'd really like to learn some more about Meg, and yeah, there we go. It's some swag. You can find Meg's profile up on the Incubate Co-working website. So it's incubatecoworking.com. And under members, you can see a list of all the members who are working out of the space these days. And you can find Meg's profile there, along with all the different ways to get in touch with her. So, Meg, thank you so much. And I'll see you soon.
Great. Thank you.
Bye-bye.